Hi everybody. Today we're going to do a Nishime dish, which Bree, I think she was recommended by Michikushi. It was 4 times a week if I remember correctly. This is a great way to get diversity into your diet. You know, this is what we're hearing, you know, the microbiome, so important. That's why I take ion, which I've explained in other videos. And my dog too. It's a way to get, I'm going to do about 6 different vegetables, which I've got prepared here. They're all root vegetables. This is a root vegetable dish. Nishime is a Japanese word, and it's very warming and strengthening dish. So all you do, so simple, so simple, so simple. I've talked about sea vegetables before. This is kombu. This is an amazing, sea vegetables are where you get your vitamins from, and you know, we don't use them in this country, or at least not enough. You know, they're well known in Japan and, you know, Korea, and even, you know, like off the coast of Scotland, off the coast of England. I have literally farmed these, well, I've gone into the ocean. I haven't gotten kombu ever, but off the coast of the Gaspé Coast in eastern Canada, I have gotten dulse, and Irish moss there at low tide. That was an awesome experience. One of my teachers took me and taught me how to do that. So, how you do this dish is you have a pot, and depending on how much you want to make, you take, just fill the bottom with some water. Just cover the bottom nicely. And then while you're cutting everything up, put a piece of kombu about this size. Now, kombu is an enhancer. It will enhance the flavor of everything, and it's a tenderizer. So that's why I cook all my beans with a piece of kombu in it, because it's going to make the beans more digestible. Even if you're doing a stew, whatever, put a piece of kombu in. Takes radiation out of your body. It's got vitamins A, B, C, E, zinc, a big one, colds, flus, viruses, whatever. Zinc is in here. Magnesium, another important one, is in here. And of course, calcium. Get your calcium from sea vegetables, which is going to be an absorbable calcium. The calcium you get in all the milk products is not a great absorbable. Plus, it's meant for baby cows, not for us. And if you knew the suffering that a cow goes through to provide, you know, this milk and cheese for us, it's a war that we're creating. You know, it's just awful. So you get your minerals from sea vegetables. So I put this in, it softens up nicely, and then I take it out and I slice it in thin strips like this, because I want it to mix in and I'll eat it. You know, if someone doesn't want to eat it, that's fine, because the benefits are going to go in here. It's going to enhance and tenderize. Just awesome kombu. I use it a lot. Broths for soups. I've said this before. You know, I fill up a pot like this with water. I'll put in a piece of kombu, you know, maybe 1.5 this. And I'll bring it to the boil for 10 minutes, and you've got your broth. You do not have to add animal broth. You've got a much healthier broth. You've got a broth that's going to alkaline your body. If you have animal broth, it's going to acidify your body, and that's where sickness comes from. Okay. So I have this, and I have these wonderful root vegetables. I will put in the explanation. I get my kombu from this company. It's awesome, Ocean Harvest. She tests her sea vegetables to make sure there's no toxins in them. She's an awesome lady. And also, these are dried in the redwood forest. You know, these are so beautiful. It's just such beautiful kombu. I love it, because sometimes you see kombu and it doesn't look that great. You know, it looks like they took it straight out of the ocean and put it in the package. You know, and these keep forever. So I usually, you know, when I was settled with Bree and I had a home base, I would have those old pickle jars, the big jars, and I had a shelf of different grains. I had a shelf of different beans, and then I had a shelf of the sea vegetables, all in the glass jars. And they were kept well that way. And that was my main pantry. And then the vegetables, the fruits, the seeds, the nuts, all came in around that. So what we have here is I have already cut up, and how I'm going to cook them. Some people do nishime in layers, you know, what takes the longest to cook at the bottom, and they build up. Much, much easier not to have to think about that is I've got some turnip here. I'm going to put turnip, and I'm going to put them in little groups around. All right, I'll put a little bit at the time of each one, and then I build it up. So turnip looks like this. Awesome. I cut it down. This is the top, bottom. Cut it down the middle, and then if it's really thick, I'll cut it again, and then go through, put each side down on cutting board and cut it through, dice it small. And this is what rutabaga looks like. Rutabaga is awesome. You know, I got these types of these are the vegetables that were in a root cellar originally during the winter, and that's what people ate. And I remember in my family, I was the last of 6, and you know, feeding 6 kids. The meat we had was usually a stew on Sunday. And that's where the rutabaga and the turnip were, for sure, and the carrots, you know. So, but you can get it in nishime dishes, which is so awesome. So some of the ones, so now I've got that. I've got the rutabaga here. It's going to be next to it. I'm just putting a little bit because otherwise it'll all flow together. Then I've got some sweet potato that's going to go in. So I'm putting the sweet potato there. I have some awesome carrot, which I cut, like I've got parsnips here too. Parsnips, okay? This is your sweet potato. Of course, you know your carrots. The carrots are cut in little rounds like that. You know, so I cut it through at an angle, then I roll it, cut it through at an angle. It's called the roll cut. So the carrots are gonna go right there. And then, so I have and here we go with the parsnips. Parsnips there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the green cabbage in the middle. So I will build this up around here very nicely. And, it's gonna be so good. So then what you do, it's slow cooking. Just the water on the bottom. Then what will happen you need to check it. This is going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to cook. Put it on the flame, bring it to a boil, lower it, cover it, because it's going to cook in that, like that water steaming. And then what you're not going to believe, just thinking and doing this at the same time, imagine. I love this dish. I love this dish because what is the most surprising and nice, now I'm going to put some green cabbage right in the middle. So you're getting 6 vegetables in this dish. Diversity. So awesome. And I'll just keep going with this. Build it up. And it looks quite nice in here. If I can, I'll try to tip it on the side so you can see it. Would be so nice to have like a camera or something overhead, but I don't. So this will do fine. Better to get the information out than not. So, and a few more. Oh, good. I have a few more parsnips. Put those in right there. You wouldn't believe how. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay, it really looks pretty good. The other vegetable, I want to show you a couple of other. So it looks like that, if you can see it. I'm doing it until it doesn't fall. Okay, that's what it looks like. So now I'll just literally put a cap on it, cover, put it on the stove. There we go. bring it to the boil. Again, this is an awesome like stove that my friends have. Oh my God, I love this stove. It's a Fox stove or something. Top my friend's fiance, he loves to cook, so he likes this. He likes a good stove. This is celeriac. This is another one that could be added. You could add radishes. You could add winter squashes. You could add any of those roots. A little bit of garlic. Sometimes a little bit of shiitake mushroom in here. A little bit of ginger. There are other ground roots that you definitely put in. Celery, like this I'm saving because it's going to go in my salad tonight. And also this one. This is a small watermelon radish. Both of these could go in. I want to show you something about this awesome radish. Oh, this one's not so much, but that's okay. This is a small one, but normally this is the red of that in the whole thing. It's red. It is beautiful. When you grate it in a salad, it just perks up the salad with this beautiful red. And another thing I have a video all on salads, because talk about diversity. That's another way to get a lot of vegetables into you. This is a nice white, and that gets a nice white in the salad. Diversity is so important, and I'll tell you a story before I finish off, is that Michio Kushi, who was the head of macrobiotics, which was, it was a diet for one peaceful world, which every day I appreciate more and more. And when I went for my first consultation with my daughter Bree, I wanted to know how I should cook or eat so that my energy would be good to prepare the foods for my daughter. Please, if you have a hurt child, this is not about good food just for one member. I said to someone not long ago, a young child was having a digestive, which is food, a digestive issue, and your microbiome. And I said, I hope the whole family realizes that actually this is challenging, but it's a gift, because they all need to eat. What I heard was the child was on a restrictive diet. Restrictive means no gluten, no dairy, yay, no eggs, yay, no wheat, yay, and no sugar. That's not restrictive. That's like a gift. It's a gift from the gods. I look at that child as being the angel that's bringing, hopefully, the whole family a better way of eating and lifestyle that supports not only them, but the planet as well. So, change that from restrictive to, healing. Healing's much better. We're a healing diet now. Yay. So, I will cook that. Let me see how it's doing. It's to the boil. I'll turn it down to low. And I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it because it is just the water covering the bottom. So every once in a while I'll check to make sure in case it needs a little bit more water, but just keep it covered, the bottom covered well, okay? And then at the very end, I'll put some tamari, Eden, wheat-free tamari, on it, and just let it simmer for a couple of more minutes. Oh my, and then I mix it in a bit. You would not believe how sweet these vegetables are. They literally melt in your mouth. Rutabaga is delicious. Turnip is delicious. Cabbage is delicious. All of them, they're just delicious. So this is something easy. And remember, diversity is so important, because what it does is, we are made up mostly of bacteria and viruses and fungi and parasites, and there are good and bad ones. This feeds the good ones, okay? And the more you want to create a good microbiome, it's not probiotics. It's healing your gut lining and then eating these wonderful foods that feed the good bacteria. So you create your own rainforest, you know. And so, like, I'll end with the fact that today I started with the celery juice. Half an hour later, I had a green smoothie. And celery juice with celery. Green smoothie, vegetables that had cilantro in it. It had spirulina powder. It had barley green grass powder, which is gluten-free. And banana, orange, dulse vegetable. That's what I had. So now this is going to be my lunch for sure. So I've got 6 different vegetables for my lunch. So 6 different vegetables here, another 3 or 4 at breakfast. That's 10 already. Then I know what I'm going to have for supper. I'm going to have millet that was cooked with cauliflower, which is a cruciferous vegetable, very important. And at the very end of the cooking, I put in some organic peas. So then I mixed it up really well and ate it like that. But I'm also, tonight I put it in a loaf pan and I will slice it and just lightly, I lightly saute it. Just saute it on each side with, oh, and there were pumpkin seeds in that too. And with some toasted sesame oil. I made some scrambled tofu, and in the scrambled tofu, so we're now up to 12 vegetables. Scrambled tofu had scallions, it had garlic, it had red pepper, it had yellow pepper. It also did have some cilantro again, but I won't count that twice. I could have had mushrooms, I didn't have mushrooms in it. It had turmeric in it. Oh, I had some Napa cabbage in it. 5. So we're like up to 17 vegetables. So diversify. Diversify is so important to build your immunity. You need all these wonderful plant foods. And by the way, this is where your protein, oh, Kombu, almost forgot. High in protein, high in fiber. Fiber, if we're lacking anything, we're lacking fiber, not protein. So this is high in protein. You know, think about this. All proteins come from plants, either land, sea plants. It comes from plants. That animal that you're eating to get protein got its protein from eating grass, hopefully. Most of them don't. It's food that they can't even digest. So, or parts of themselves that people have killed and throw back into their food. So, protein comes from plants. You know, that was just propaganda. That was just, you know, the businesses wanting to make money. It's like milk. You know, that's not even an absorbable form of calcium. You know, but it's addictive because it's got a compound in it that's addictive, just like mother's milk is addictive to feed the baby, her baby. So, but the cows have their babies taken away so they can produce more cheese, unfortunately. So please, Nishime Dish, thank you for subscribing to my channel. From what I understand, being subscribed and having the video liked, I'm not a big tech person. Slowly, I am learning, and subscribing and liking is a big thing. So hopefully, I will learn this. Every day I learn more and more. So thank you so much. Until the next time, I really appreciate all of you.